Entertainment Centre for a very important match in the Mitsubishi Challenge between the Carlton Newcastle Falcons and the Big M Southeast Melbourne Magic. With me tonight in commentary, Dave Ankeny. Dave, the Magic's coming off two pretty heavy defeats against Sydney and also Illawarra last night, and now they face Newcastle. Should be a great game. How do you see it?
Well, you're right, Greg. They'll be desperate for a win after losing to Newcastle. Obviously, every game is a must-win situation for them. They've got to stay in contention with the top 8. So tonight, like every game I think we've had in the last few weeks, it'll come down to the last minute.
Yes. Well, they're currently in 9th place, Newcastle, and they do need a win in this one. Scott Ninnis and Scott McGregor will start for the Falcons with Butch Hayes, Matthew Rees and David Van Dyke, while for the Magic it's Sam McKinnon, Billy McCaffrey, John Dorge, Tony Ronaldson and Mike Kelly.
On the bench for the Falcons, we have Armfield, Lowe, McLean, Moore, and Pepper. And for the Magic, we have Darren Lucas, who's playing in his 300th game, a great achievement to a great player. Smith, Anstey, Parkinson, and Drimich.
If they can get into that top 8, and right now they're in 9th position. There's a man who'll have plenty of say. Not much hair on his head, but he's a very good player, David Van Dyke. And his partner in crime here must be Scott McGregor, and they'll have to play with a lot of intensity and a lot of enthusiasm to match on the boards people like that guy with the ball who gets first touch, John Dorge.
You see both teams matching up man-to-man. Pass inside to Dorge, nice for the first player for Tony Ronaldson. The Magic first on the scoreboard.
Yes, it's amazing what an impact. Oh, there's a great pass and jam at home. Thank you very much. That's a tidy start. David Van Dyke just ripped into that. That was great play. But isn't it amazing what an effect the Olympic Games have had on the crowds around Australia? They normally boo the opponents into this stadium, the Falcons fans, but tonight Newcastle gave a very warm welcome to the Olympians in this team, John Dorge, Tony Ronaldson and Sam McKinnon. Here's Ronaldson with the ball now. Turns inside, spin move, throws it up, and there's Dorge, the danger. Oh, he's blocked. Oh, go. No, you good thing. David Van Dyke, he gets away. Scott Ninnis, they get down and dirty, and coming away with the ball now, this is Billy McCaffrey. And he's stood up there by Matthew Rees, but it's still good enough. Just shoot over the top, and it's a sweet shot for a 4-2 lead to the Magic.
See some great matchups here tonight. We see McGregor and Ronaldson. That'll be a tough one. They'll both be banging each other all night.
Leads over, and down it goes to Scott Ninnis. But 4 rebounds already at the defensive end for, here's the fast break. We just look at the end of that. David Van Dyke doing a power of work defensively, and that's what they need, Newcastle. Good fakes inside from Mike Kelly. He's a class act, and he scores 2. It's 12-11. Magic over the Falcons. And Matt Lowe comes in. Ben Pepper takes a break after a pretty solid performance. And the charge is called. You can see the referee there. Comes down the middle, and oh, that's 3 huge dunks.
Well, he's quite an athlete, Van Dyke.
The human highlight moves along to 17 points. He's only played 14 minutes, but his team's behind, and they slip further back because Tony shot of him making that pass, and it was pinpoint. 58-41. They're scoring almost at will, the Magic. Let's see whether we can get a response. And they needed a 3. Clock on Armfield made it, so they cut it back to 14. But the Magic, they really need some stops. Here's this guy again. Oh, he's finally missed one. But they get it back. And the 2 big men, Lowe and Dorge, are having a quiet chat down low, right in front of the referee. And the foul goes against Matt Lowe for holding. There's the shot that missed. They got another chance, and down in the bottom of your screen there, oh, they did get stuck into it. Bit of a guys. Matt Lowe not taking a backward step, and John Dorge wants to go on with it too.
What's a brave referee that's going to go in there and try to stop those two, I can tell you. They are 2 big men.
Matt Lowe looks like a pretty nasty customer, but he's a lovely bloke. And the foul goes against the Magic's John Dorge, and they love it here. Against number 33. So Matt Lowe gets some immediate revenge.
Well, it was a good box out down the defense. Didn't
need it, and they had an opportunity to get it back to single figures. They've got to do all the work again. McCaffrey goes in, back out. Parkinson gets it round. This is Ronaldson, and he is on fire. He has the hot hand. Takes his personal tally along to 18 points now.
Good ball movement, the Magic. We have to give them credit. Unselfish play. They're finding the open man.
And the last 3 scoring shots from Ronaldson have been 3-pointers. Let's check the reply. In and out. Up they go. Bill wasn't quite sure where it was, and he blows up on the baseline. He looks around to the crowd for support, and he'll get it here too, just quietly. Let's see what happened. We can stay with it. Yeah. Oh, it looked as though it came off Parkinson for mine, but Jeff Micallef saw it the other way. 30 or just over 30 seconds left in the first half. David Van Dyke goes out. Oh, don't leave him alone. And a great leap from the athletic Sam McKinnon brings down the rebound. And Brian Goorjian's up, and he's calling the shots here. And the shot is one last one as the clock ticks down. And Ronaldson has the ball at the point. They're going to take the last shot. They're going to go in with a lead of at least 15 points. Oh, David Van Dyke could have fouled. They go up. They kick it wide. Parkinson where he likes it. But he can't make it. And with no time left, David Van Dyke says, that will do me. So not about half of basketball, Dave Ankeny, but really all the Magic.
Yes, they certainly were hot that half. But again, I'll put some of the credit, or discredit, I guess, down to the Falcons' defense. Just not aggressive enough. But they certainly have a hot hand, the Magic. 64 points and a half. Any coach would be happy with that.
Okay, so we'll take a break. It's a 15-point lead. We'll be back shortly and see whether the Falcons can drag them in. Welcome back to the Newcastle Entertainment Centre, where the locals are in a spot of bother as the Southeast Melbourne Magic lead 64 points to 4.
Threes of their own, which they are capable of. They have some good shooters. They need to find a hot hand.
Tony Ronaldson had 18 points in the first half, while David Van Dyke really played a lone hand. He had 19 points and Butch Hayes 11. A little bit of foul trouble for the Magic, though, with John Dorge, who's been very, very solid in the middle. He has 4 and Mike Kelly has 3. Here's a chance now. Butch Hayes. They really need to get out and go at it because, well, quite frankly, their season's on the line. The Falcons, that is, while the Magic, they're up there in the top 3 and they're aiming to stay there. Oh, great crossover dribble under pressure from Mike Kelly, and he showed some real skill.
Yes, that was a nice move inside. Magic obviously want to win this game. They want to stay in the top 4. As we know, that's a big advantage come playoff time. The Falcons a bit more desperate. They need to win this game to stay in contention, top 8. Van Dyke down low on Dorge. And there's
well played. Little finger roll there. That's not easy to get over the top of John Dorge. In fact, some of the best players in the world had trouble with him. He had a great game against Croatia in one of the best wins for Australian basketball, arguably the best win ever at the Olympic Games. And Dorge was there, and he played a great role with Mark Bradkey.